All right, what you? It ain't but one guy. Hold on. There's but one guy. We ain't but one guy. It ain't but one guy keeping him away from him. That's Terence Crawford. Hey, but one guy.
Everyone in the room picked you to win. Everyone that I asked. Everyone.
Bro, except for me. Guess what?
Because I heard he could really play.
No. He can't even be Shakur.
He can't fuck with me.
You.
What's Shakur lied to you?
You lost. I seen the video.
You ain't seen my video.
Oh, I didn't.
Exactly.
I just seen the video.
Exactly. What would happen?
Exactly.
Now that you take care of business, how does you and Devin Haney end? How does that fight go?
The knockout.
Say this.
Devin Haney being at 147, he called Devin Haney out. What do you think about that fight if it's 1 or 2 fights away?
It's kind of a tough fight right now because Devin Haney is right back at the top of his game. Devin showed that the weight loss was probably causing him to not have as good punch resistance, and it also probably wasn't causing him to have as much power or explosiveness as he has. He showed tremendous power, tremendous punch resistance in that fight against Norman, and for him to do that means that the weight was probably an issue. Now, if Keyshawn comes up, or if they even do a catch weight, a 143, 144, it's gonna be a very interesting fight because I think Devin has more tools and more IQ right now, but Keyshawn is different. So when you got a guy that's different, and that's why I also see
Terence Crawford cautions Devin Haney, backing Keyshawn Davis, and saying Haney is likely to have a tough time dealing with Davis's strength and nonstop pressure.
I said I guarantee he beat you though.
How you gonna bet on somebody
I'm
else?
gonna bet on him against you.
I will beat you.
No, you can't beat me, but I bet he beat you and I.
Terence Crawford cautions Devin Haney, warning that boxing can humble him if he overlooks Keyshawn Davis's power and fierce determination.
Sport chew you up and spit you out. You know, out with the old and with the new.
Ali, well, as y'all were asking questions, I think about Muhammad.
Keyshawn Davis, supported by Shakur Stevenson and Terence Crawford like family, absorbs everything from Shakur, who believes the moment has arrived for Keyshawn.
We kinda having that. Nigga. Come on.
Yeah.
We getting past that, and that was your turn. And I'm not gonna allow and sit back and allow you to even waste that talent that you got. Cause I've been told, Key, for years, bro, you could be one of the best. All you gotta do is just, boom.
Yeah.
Discipline.
You know, with both of y'all being the best, they always gonna want it. And
I gotta come with it.
You know they always gonna want to see it, though. You know everybody always gonna want to see it.
We get to see it.
Keyshawn Davis confirms that talks are still underway and assures that the Devin Haney bout is set to take place in 2026, setting up a much-awaited clash.
Let's do it. You know, I know he's dealing with some legal issues. I don't know what happened. He said he had to turn himself in, but I believe he tweeted like, Keyshawn, let's do it. I mean,
he said that?
Yeah, but he tweeted like something like that. Yeah.
Well, you know, Bill was in my DMs. We already was talking about it, honestly, before he even hit the media. So I know it's going to happen in 2026.
And you're good going straight to Devin in your first fight at 47?
If it make money, it makes sense.
Right. So obviously I want to get your take on your brother, Shakur, dominant performance.
Roy Jones Jr. commends Keyshawn Davis, pointing to the high-level competition he has faced and his exceptional speed, describing him as a rising force in the boxing world.
Competition. He's fought some elite guys. He's come up short, but he's always fought hard. He's never been stopped. I thought Keyshawn looked really, really good early on in that fight. He looked very poised. And Jermaine was fighting a fight that you typically don't see him fight. Jermaine is known for being very physical, very rough, and he's going to make it dirty if he has to. He was laying back, and it looked like he was allowing Keyshawn to take some ground and get established, but then Ortiz flipped the script and changed the game plan. He started to get into his normal bag of roughhousing and making things dirty. And I said, man, I like that. I was telling Shakur, I was in the locker room watching. I said, I like what he did right there because he went away, let you get comfortable. And then he said, no, here I am. I'm going to be the guy that you actually thought you was going to be fighting, but I'm not going to do it in the first round. You saw Keyshawn have to make some adjustments too.
Roy Jones Jr. suggests that Keyshawn Davis should take 1 or 2 additional bouts before stepping in against Devin Haney to ensure he is fully prepared.
You understand me? So you gotta have that intangibleness about him, where he can be a different guy when it's time to be a different guy. You can never count him out. However, if I were pushing Keyshawn, I would have another fight or 2 before I fight Devin, just for experience purposes. And if I was Devin, I would try to jump on it right now before he gets those couple fights, because the more experience he gets, the harder he's gonna become to beat.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough fight, you know, for Keyshawn Davis. And I think in many respects, Devin Haney too. You can't take Keyshawn Davis light. He can really fight. He's really like that. The weight difference is a concern, and it's a fair question. Is he ready now? Is he ready a fight or two from now? But that's the fight, really. If you really want to you want to scream, "I'm back." That's the type of fight that you want, because obviously it's in the Turkey Al-Sheikh universe, and that's a fight that's going to...
Greg Hackett shared his straightforward perspective on a possible matchup between Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney, explaining why fights like this are essential for boxing. He noted that these types of contests push the sport forward because both fighters are familiar with each other's abilities and flaws, which raises the intensity. Hackett stressed that fans want to watch top-level fighters compete against one another. Haney against Shakur Stevenson, Haney against Teofimo Lopez, and now Davis against Haney are the kinds of matchups that define greatness, as lower-tier opponents lack the physical and mental tools to compete at that level.
Fights like that is because there's things each one of them know about each other. They know that those are great fights. We need those fights. We need those fights. We need the Dev and Shakur. We need the Dev and Tio. We need the Africa and Shakur, the Africa and Tio. We need the Gary Antoine mixed in there. We need the Lamont Roach mixed in there. It's a lot of guys. The Abdullah Masons mixed in there. It's a lot of guys we need mixed in there. You know what I'm saying? These are the fights we need. Those other guys, the B class, C class guys, they can't keep up with them, either physically or mentally, or both together. They can't keep up with them. You see it.
What kind of message do you think Keyshawn, made it in possibly the 40 to 47 division, beating Jermaine Ortiz the way he did?
I mean, I don't know. 47 is a different division. That was that one.
Hackett also spoke on Davis's recent victory over Jermaine Ortiz, saying that while the performance was strong at 140 pounds, moving up to 147 will present a different test. Even so, he doesn't think Davis is undersized for the weight class, noting that fighters often appear larger on TV than they do in real life. For Hackett, the key issue is whether Davis can stay consistent and composed as he moves up the ladder. Given his skill set, background, and drive, Hackett believes Davis can compete at a high level, and a matchup with Haney would be the kind of elite fight the sport needs.
Is he too small for 147? He looked good at 40.
No, I don't think he's too small. These guys only look real big on TV. When you see these guys in person, they don't be that big. You know what I'm saying? So he's not too small, no. The thing is, with Keyshawn, can he keep it together? Can he keep it together mentally? If he can keep it together mentally, then we see great fights out of Keyshawn. If he do that he say he been doing, which I don't know if he was lying or not, saying that he was drinking and camp and shit like that, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it's a lie. I don't know if it's, if he was telling the truth. I don't know. But if he can keep it together mentally, then we see great fights out of Keyshawn.
Say Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney happen next. Who would you favor?
It's tough to...
An analyst recently commented on Keyshawn Davis's bold statement that no one can defeat him between 140 and 147 pounds. Davis has expressed interest in facing Devin Haney before moving up to welterweight, a division many consider to be lacking excitement at the moment. The analyst noted that the welterweight scene is currently dry, with few fresh matchups on the horizon. Big names such as Ryan Garcia, Mario Barrios, and others are already committed, leaving the division in need of new contenders.
40 to 47, and he says he wants to fight Jermaine Ortiz and then move up to welterweight, which would be perfect because, like I told you, I really am the best in this business. Like, everything I say is like clockwork, right? It's amazing to me. Sometimes I amaze myself. So what am I talking about? I literally just said welterweight is dry. It's a stale, stagnant, horrible division right now. Not too many ways to mix and match the guys. And then the guys you could mix and match are pretty much busy. The Ryans, the Barrioses, and the Rollies, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video. And I told you it's going to require, this is how it works in the sport of boxing, I know because I've been here.
The analyst suggested that boxing thrives when fighters move up in weight, generating fresh rivalries and opportunities. He cited examples like Jiren Boots Ennis, who jumped from 147 to 154 pounds, creating excitement in that division with names such as Sebastian Ferreira, Virgil Ortiz, Jermall Charlo, and Errol Spence. He argued that the same approach could reinvigorate welterweight if rising stars like Davis, Shakur Stevenson, and Gary Antuan Russell make the leap. For Davis, moving up would not only challenge him against larger opponents, but also provide fans with the high-caliber matchups they desire. The analyst believes Davis's confidence and ambition might be exactly what welterweight needs to regain momentum and capture major attention.
Make 40 anymore, just like Jaron Boots Ennis couldn't make 47, and he moved up to 154. Now 54 is cracking. They got 54 out here cracking. Tons of names where you can mix and match the Funduras, the Virgil Ortiz, Jermell Charlo, possibly Errol Spence, Murtazaev, Boots, right? You got tons of ways you can mix and match these people. 47 right now is dry, so it's going to take Shakur's and the Keyshawns and Gary Antoine Russells or the El Rayos, you know, different Edwin De Los Santos, Matias, different guys to move up to start to purge and like fill out the division. Right now, it's not many options. Again, Devin versus Louis Crockpot is a terrible fight, and I don't know anyone that wants.
Keyshawn Davis has officially confirmed that he will face Louis Crocker before taking on Devin Haney, despite having called out Haney immediately after his knockout victory over Jermaine Ortiz. This decision has sparked discussion among fans and analysts, who note that Davis never mentioned Crocker in his post-fight interview, focusing solely on Haney. Now, with the bout confirmed, Davis maintains that fighting Crocker first is part of his plan to strengthen his position in negotiations with Haney.
Devin Haney. So, after you knocked out Jermaine Ortiz, let me get this straight. After you stopped Jermaine Ortiz, you made no mention of Louis Crocker. The first name you called out was Devin Haney, and the only name. Unless I missed the rest of the interview. And now, you saying you had a deal in place to fight Louis Crocker next. And then if it's worth your while, then you'll fight Devin Haney. Because, and I get it, he believes that he needs to get this belt from Louis Crocker for them to value him the way he wants to be valued.
The reasoning is straightforward. Crocker holds a title that Davis believes will boost his value when he eventually faces Haney. Critics, however, argue that calling out Haney while knowing Crocker was next can cause confusion and even lead to claims of clout chasing. Fans had expected Davis to go directly into the Haney fight, but boxing politics often dictate a different path. By securing a win over Crocker, Davis strengthens his negotiating position and adds legitimacy to his pursuit of Haney. While some see this as a strategic move, others view it as misleading. Regardless, Davis remains one of boxing's most talked about rising stars, and his road to facing Haney continues to generate significant anticipation.
In negotiations with leverage with Devin Haney. I get it. So what's the point in calling out Devin Haney? Why didn't you tell the world, I'm going to fight Louis Crocker next? Because he knows it's not going to be acceptable. If he came out and he says, after Jermaine Ortiz, I'm fighting Louis Crocker, he knows that the fans ain't going to accept that. So he's saying Devin Haney multiple times because he understands what Devin Haney represents. This is what many people will call clout chasing. So you're using Devin Haney's name, but you know you have no intentions of fighting him next? Make this make sense. It all makes sense.
Floyd Schofield recently weighed in on the potential matchup between Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney, delivering some striking opinions. While acknowledging that both fighters bring excitement to the ring, he stated that he doesn't believe Davis can defeat Haney. According to Schofield, Haney's experience and composure give him the advantage. especially after demonstrating a higher level of skill in his most recent fight. He also noted that, although Davis looked impressive against Jermaine Ortiz, Ortiz seemed hesitant and never fully challenged him, which may have made Davis's performance appear more dominant than it truly was.
No matter which one go up there, Devin is Devin. Devin going to show up. It's going to be a great fight with either one of them. Because Devin took a loss, and he don't want to take another loss, whether he got it cleaned off his record or not. He don't want to take another
fight, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Both of them are good fight. I don't think Keyshawn is going to beat Devin. I really don't believe Keyshawn will beat Devin.
Too much experience? Why?
I don't know. I just don't see. But off my prediction yesterday, I'm not gonna get that because people will say things. But skill wise, I don't believe this new Devin that showed up his last fight. Keyshawn is gonna be able to run through like he did Ortiz, a smaller guy who seemed like he didn't want to be in there.
I ain't gonna lie. As much as I don't like Devin, I did not expect Devin to do that to know.
Schofield also criticized the stoppage in Davis's fight against Ortiz, suggesting the referee ended it too quickly and didn't give Ortiz a chance to get back up. While he respects Davis's talent and admires his determination, Schofield believes Haney is on a different level. He pointed out that Haney has taken clean shots from opponents without faltering, demonstrating his durability. That said, Schofield acknowledged that Davis possesses the skill, size, and speed to make the fight competitive, particularly if he sharpens his combinations early in the rounds. Ultimately, he views a Davis versus Haney matchup as exciting, but thinks Haney's experience and resilience could prove decisive.
Catch him too, and then even buckle Devin, so I don't know.
And Keyshawn's performance wasn't great. It was good. He stopped him. That the referee gave him a gift because the ref stopped it. He didn't even give Ortiz a chance to stand up. Not saying Ortiz would have won, but it wouldn't have been a knockout in that 12 seconds. No, that's what I'm saying. But it wouldn't have been a knockout. The ref gave that gift. He didn't even get his man the count to get up to 8, so or to 10. So I don't know. I want to see. I would want to see the Keyshawn and Devin fight.
Key do got some dog in him, so I would like to see that.
I like the new version of them though. I like the guys more in it. The maturity of seeing them grow up as fathers. Like, just to see these young men get into these points is amazing, and they still in their 20s. So I can imagine them in their...
Keyshawn Davis has made it clear why he is targeting a fight with Devin Haney. It's about the belts and his legacy. Davis explained that he learned Haney might vacate his titles, which he sees as the perfect opportunity to step in and claim them. He believes this is the ideal moment to prove himself at the highest level. While acknowledging Haney's experience and maturity, Davis insists that his own youth, determination, and skill set make him the more dangerous competitor.
This kid might vacate the belt, so we just try to get to them jumps, you know what I'm saying?
Is that a fight? Well, as far as Anthony Yiga goes, what does he bring to the table that can make this a difficult fight?
He's southpaw. I never put a southpaw in pros yet. This is a 10-round fight, so I feel like if I was him, I feel like he probably gonna try to drown me. I think he gonna try to come out fast, pressure me, you know what I'm saying, just try to drown me, you know what I'm saying, because I've never been 10 rounds, and I think that's probably his only way he feel like he can just make something happen, you know what I'm saying, because he know he don't got the skill over me, he know I'm the younger fighter, and he know he has the experience over me, so, why not try to drown the younger fighter, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you watch tape on the opponents, or you just adjust on the fly?
I'm a businessman. I study.
When discussing his preparation, Davis emphasized that he studies every opponent in detail. He examines not only their strengths, but also their weaknesses, how they react under pressure, whether they complain when things get tough, and how easily they get cut. For Davis, every observation can become an advantage. He expects Haney to use his experience to challenge him, but believes Haney won't be able to match his speed, power, and relentless intensity. Davis predicted a knockout, asserting that Haney won't hold up once the pressure is on. Confident and unapologetic, he insists this fight is about proving he belongs at the top. For Davis, defeating Haney isn't just another victory. It's a statement that he represents the future of boxing.
You looking for? You looking for strengths? Or you looking for weaknesses? Like, which one do you prioritize?
I look for everything. I look for where you get cut at every single fight. I look for if somebody fights you dirty, do you complain? I look for all that shit, because everything that's a weakness, I'm gonna use to my advantage.
I like it. Prediction for the fight.
I'm gonna knock his ass out. He's getting up out of there. He's getting up out of there. If y'all gamble respect on that shit, y'all gonna, yeah, I'm gonna get his ass up out of there.
You referenced Devin Haney possibly vacating the belts.
Yeah.
Do you think after you get a belt, you'll eventually see him at like 140, 147?
I was about to say shit. Oh, hell yeah. Like, I'd love to go to 140. Like, after I won my first world title, 35, I defended one time. I would have no problem going to 140 and test the waters out there and becoming champion at 2 different weight classes, just holding that shit down. Because I know I can do that.
All right, so give me your hit list in order. Because you've been going at it with Frank, you've been going at it with Dev. Give me